Hi guys, Mo here. So today we're going to do a holiday hairdo with Christmas and New Year's just coming around the corner much more quickly than I'd like to right now. But anyway, yeah, this is a look that I wore for my hair last Christmas for an office Christmas party, and I had so many compliments on it. Even the entertainment that I had hired, and I don't know whether, I mean, I'd already hired them, it's not like they didn't have the job, but one of the entertainers had come up to me and he's like, I know guys don't usually comment on things like this, but he's like, your hair looks awesome, it's wonderful, it's just beautiful how you did that, and that. So I thought, I was really proud of the look, so I was really proud of what I did. So I'd like to share it with you, and it's kind of a vintage 1920s type of style to it, with a modern twist to it. So I hope you like it, and if you'd like to see how to do it, just stay tuned. So to start off, you can see my hair isn't exactly wonderfully glamorous looking today, and that is because this is actually 2-day-old hair. I would recommend day-old hair for it. For this look, clean hair doesn't tend to work as much. I have tried this look on clean hair, and I find that the wave doesn't hold as well as what I would like. So yeah, I would recommend day-old hair for it. And so the tools that you're going to need a curling iron, and I think this is a 1-inch barrel or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's 1 inch. And this is how I do my cheater waves. This is a beach kind of wave machine. I can't remember what they call it. This is it's a hot shot, but it's kind of got the, if you can see, the one barrel up here and then the two down here, and the one barrel goes down in between the two, and that's what creates your wave pattern in your hair. So you're going to need hairspray as well, and you're going to need some clips, alligator clips, or whatever you call these, little banana clips, whatever you want to call them, to keep my hair sectioned off. And also these little 2-prong clips. I would probably prefer to use longer ones. These are just all I have, so this is what I'm going to use. And they're just going to be to hold my wave into place while it cools down, and then that'll help the wave kind of stay formed for longer as well. And you're also going to need some bobby pins and a hair tie as well. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is make our part where we want our hair to come across. So I'm just going to clean this one up. I want it to be just a little bit more this way, and a little lighter on this side, because this side's going to be going back anyway, so it's okay. I want this side to be a little bigger because this is going to be where the wave is, so I want to see a lot of it. So that's okay for that. Now I'm going to be waving this front section, so I'm actually going to put this up and aside, and oops, grab one of my clips here. This is a little bit of an overkill clip for this side, but I'll just put it this way so it's not in my way. Okay, the back I'm going to curl and put over to the side, but I have a layer, lucky me, and if you do too, that would be cool. But I have a layer, like a top layer, that's actually shorter than the rest of the back. Like this layer is only this long, the rest of my hair is quite a bit longer. So I'm just going to take that top layer, because it's going to be the one that, actually I shouldn't have done that. It's going to be the one that lays over top of the curl, so I'm going to wave it as well. I'm just going to pull that forward for a minute, and then I'm going to be waving this whole front section and side section, so I'm just going to part it kind of down in behind my ear, like so. Okay, and then I'm going to take that whole back section and just pin it or clip it up so it's out of my way, because we're going to do the curls kind of last. And then we have everything here that we're going to be doing our wave in, so we can just take all that down for now. we're going to split this off. I'm going to do the under part first. So we'll give it a shot of hairspray, and I'd give it a good shot of hairspray. So we're going to pick up our iron here and just put it in our hair. And I put it in and I actually push with my finger on here. I find if you just let it sit there that it doesn't wave as well as when you push it down. And when you move it down, you don't pull on your hair, you actually pull up on it a little bit so that you can really see this kink here. And I'm actually going to leave this bottom part, and there's a reason for that, and I'll show you in a second. We're going to take this next part and we're going to spray it. And we'll put our iron in. So you see where I left it here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to interlink these two together and go like this. And then down to the end. So it looks kind of weird right now, but you don't want to touch it because it's still really warm. So you don't want to touch that. Take your clips that I've set out on my way, which I did this also, and just clip them in like so. And let them cool. It's a little harder to do with the ones down here because you got nothing to clip it to, but this will hold that wave in a little bit more while it's cooling off. It'll actually help from your hair being pulled down. This side I don't worry too much about because it's fairly light, so I don't have a lot of hair pulling on it per se. So we will grab this back part here. Give it a spray. And I also done this before when I was crimping. It. I call it crimping because I'm from the 80s, can you tell? I did it this way, and then when I let it go, it got that big lump in it. So make sure that you pull your hair down because you want to make sure that even though you're not curling it, you just like when you curl it, you want to make sure that you're doing it in the same direction that you're going to want your hair to go, because it's going to make a difference. Another thing, when you get to the very end piece, make sure that your end piece is in this one here so that it's curled under. You don't want it flipped up because it looks kind of ridiculous. So even if you're overlapping a little bit there, that's fine. But see what I mean? See though, this one is just, it's going in. It's not curled, but it's going in. Same as this one, they're curled in. And that's what we want. So this fringe is actually the hardest part to kind of get the way you want, because you have to do it and then not kind of touch it afterwards. Because the more you touch it, the more the wave comes out, and you just end up with frizz instead of a wave the way you want it. Okie dokie. So this first one I actually do kind of straight up, just so I can get in close to the my scalp and push. And if you tilt the iron this way, you're not going to end up with as heavy of a line as I had back here. So when I first put it in, I put it so the hair was up, but then now I've tilted the iron this way. And this one you have to hold for a little bit longer because it depends on the thickness of your hair, but this is a pretty thick piece to be doing that with. Now what I'm going to do, because I really want this wave to stay, is I'm just going to let that go. But I'm going to be clipping that in. Actually, one of these alligator clips would do better, I think. So just push up and put in that alligator clip like that. Okay, so now we're going to grab the hair that's underneath, just lightly brush it in together so you're not pulling on this one. A little more hairspray. And line it up with this one and push up on it. If you have enough hairspray in it, you can kind of tell that you've got, that your wave's going to go the way you want it to. And down. I'm going to take this out because I don't like the way that it just did that. It kind of takes a little bit of, like I said, it takes a little bit of practice to get it, because see, now they're separated and I don't really want that, but anyway. What we do is we're going to just take a little light comb to it. Sometimes you have to comb it and then reform it. And I know I shouldn't have done that hot, but the reason I did that is because of this. It's because I am going to do that, and you put your finger right there, put in your clip, whoopsie, I have my clip upside down, that helps if it's right side up. There we go. Okay. That's kind of where I wanted it together, so we want to make sure that's right. I mean, if you're happy with how it looks before you fiddle with it, just, you know, if you fiddle with it and it looks fine, just, hey, leave it. But that's kind of what we got going on there. And I'm just going to take these ones out because we don't need them in anymore. So then we're just going to go ahead and actually grab this one here, because I don't want to curl it by accident, and put it up like that. So then we're just going to go ahead and curl the back of my hair. Okay, so my hair is all curled, and I'm just going to be letting them cool off just a little bit. They're still a little warm. I'm going to be taking my clip out of here, and I'm going to grab a hair tie. I have a hairy hair tie here. Okay, and we need some bobby pins. So I'm just going to be grabbing a few of those as well. Okay. So for the side of my hair, you just very gently comb it. And I'll be pulling it all the way around to this side here. So I'm just going to take my pick and kind of separate my curls a little bit. And you can tease them a little too, and that'll give you that little bit of a messy bun type of thing. So yeah, we won't worry about that for a second. Now you can either, instead of putting a hair tie in, if you want, you can just put your bun there. I find that I get too many loose hairs and stuff like that. I find this just a little bit more neat for me. And you want to make sure that you get your back part where you've done your wave there, you've kind of got it all down and off to the side here. So again, I'm going to be doing it loosely just behind my ear. And I'm just going to tease that up a little, because this is going to be our messy bun. And then I just start grabbing my bobby pins. Usually I just grab in the center and pull up. Put one in that way. And cross another one in there. And then just put one up into the bottom. Just however you want your bun to kind of look. I like, excuse me, I'm losing my voice it seems. I like the messy bun, so I like mine also lower so it kind of touches the nape of my neck and hangs down a little bit, so we're going to leave that. So now this part here, I'm just going to pull it around. And I want it to cover my ear because I want that look to it. And then we're just going to pull that around. And I kind of just, when I put it to the back, I roll it a little bit. And I'm also going to take a little piece out of here because I don't want it completely, for a messy look, I want it to have a little bit of softness to it. So we're going to secure that in the back. There we go. We're going to take our two clips out here. Whoops, I shouldn't have pulled so hard. Gently take your two clips out. And then we just take this and smooth it out. And then I'm going to basically pinch that little spot there and put it right at the top of my ear, but I'm not going to put it so that, I'm putting it so that the very, very top of my ear is still covered. And then just do a little fix in where you need to, like so. This is the one that I use. This one, it can be either, it's got, you know, a pin on it or a clip, a hair clip. I used it just to do this, just to pin it right there like that, and that is my hairstyle. So that's basically about it. I'm fussing a little bit with this front part, but yeah, so that's my look for the hair. And if you'd like to see how to do the makeup and see how the whole look looks like together, please stay tuned.